Have you ever wondered why God put the tree of knowledge in the garden? If he knew they'd eat from it, why put it there at all? For centuries, this question has made people doubt, and even question if they can trust God. Was it a test? A trap? A rule meant to be broken? But look closer at the garden. It was a place of stunning beauty. Even more, it was beautiful because Adam and Eve could talk with God. They had close fellowship with Him, something we can look forward to in heaven. God gave them just one rule: don't eat from this tree. Even with perfect closeness to God, there was still a boundary. Think of it like marriage. There's deep connection, but also limits. In marriage, you don't give your heart to anyone else. It's not about control, but about love and trust that keep the relationship safe. But somehow, we feel like God should let us do what we want without consequences. Why do we think that way? In the garden, there was someone else with different plans. Satan, the serpent, wanted to drive Adam and Eve away from God. Satan had already rebelled and wanted others to feel that same separation. Eve was tempted by the idea of being like God. In that moment, she wanted something more than God Himself. This was the first act of idolatry, a longing for fulfillment outside of God. It's like seeking satisfaction outside your marriage, instead of with your spouse. But true love means finding everything we need within that relationship. In the same way, God calls us to find all we need in and through Him alone. Adam and Eve's choice led to a broken relationship with God. But even then, God didn't abandon them. He had a plan to bring people back to Him through Jesus. So, why did God put the tree in the garden? Because He wanted a relationship built on love, not control. In marriage, you want to be chosen freely, not out of obligation. If love was forced, would it even feel real? Would forced love satisfy you? God invites us to choose Him freely, just like Adam and Eve. God has feelings too, and it hurts when we don't choose Him. Choosing our spouse daily takes work and intention, and it's the same with God. Our relationship with God needs effort and commitment, just like any lasting bond. So in the end, the tree wasn't just a test, it was an invitation. An invitation to choose God, to love Him freely. God didn't want robots who obey out of fear. He wanted hearts that trust Him by choice. And though Adam and Eve broke that trust, He didn't give up on them or on us. Through Jesus, He opened the way back to that perfect relationship. Now, just like in the garden, we each face a choice. Will we look to God for everything we need? Will we trust Him, love Him, and choose Him freely? Because in His eyes, that choice is where true love begins.